Thanks for joining us again today. This is Brian and Scott with the Weave Generation channel. And today we're going to talk a little bit about seniors and technology. We touched briefly on a feeling of technological incompetence, and that certainly is not the case. And Scott's going to talk a little bit about how is that not the case? What are seniors doing these days, and how is technology really enhancing this aging process?
It's enhancing their lives in many, many, many ways. I'm going to touch on just a few of the light issues. I'll touch on one. We're trying to weave that generation so that the younger generation understands how the seniors feel and how they react to technology. One of them was when I had our home care agency, was tracking caregivers in homes. A lot of times the families would kind of be set back by that and say, what is that? Tell me more about it. You're tracking a caregiver, you're looking at Big Brother. Not really. Our tracking systems were just checking the people, the caregivers, while they were at the client's home. That's all it was doing. And that involved GPS technology, and involved landline technology, and sometimes Skype and Facebook. That's kind of a critical point too, particularly in home care agencies. So if you find an agency that's not using some sort of tracking system, you might think twice about using that company. The other thing is that we would see a lot of times the holidays, and we're a couple of weeks from Thanksgiving here, where the families would really want to be with the loved one that was not able to be there. A lot of times, grandma and grandpa live farther away, they live overseas. So there are things right at our fingertips today, especially today. You have Skype, Facebook, you have your iPad, iPods, you have your laptops. We used to see a lot of families that would just set up their laptop with the camera and Skype during a Thanksgiving meal, Thanksgiving night. It was that simple. But we get very complacent, I think, not thinking about those things. I mean, Brian, think about your own family. You think, wow, we got all this technology right at our fingertips.
Yeah, the reality is that we are displaced, and sometimes we aren't able to get together. There's no better situation than being in person, but the reality is sometimes we just can't get there. And so, yeah, that's a great point that this technology is available.
The other part of this too is you think about applications, apps on your iPhones and Android devices. A lot of apps are geared towards seniors. If you were to even just put in senior apps, there's a whole host of different applications that seniors can use, particularly in the health part. You want to know how many steps you took a day. Is mom actually moving around her apartment or home? Those kind of apps are available now. Really, really cool apps that involve GPS technology. So, is mom in her apartment? Well, we don't know that, but there's apps available. You have to pay for them. Some of them you have to pay for them, but they're relatively easy to install, relatively easy to set up. I mean, that was a big part too in our industry when I was in the home care industry. People would be worried about clients with dementia and Alzheimer's. Is dad in his apartment? We don't know. We didn't have that technology back then, and it's evolved at such a rapid rate that we're able to utilize technology at our fingertips. Those are some of the things. Universities in the United States are developing different kinds of technology that will lead us into our generation just being a norm for that. Right now, we're just seeing some of the fruits of it, but I mean, really, we're not going to get into meat and potatoes until, you know, in the 2025, you know, we'll see some really cool stuff. But, you wanna add anything?
Great. Well, that's great to know. You know, typically this app development and some of these things are occurring via the younger generation, and these kids coming out of high school and coming out of college are so in tune with how to do this. And so that's why it's so important for us to look at issues like this and say, how can these apps that you can develop very quickly, it's just second nature to these kids.
Yeah.
and for us, they make it very easy. So we're, as we age, we're very dependent on that, that's for sure.
And that's where our channel hopefully will help you, XYZ generations, understand some of the needs maybe of the seniors, and you know, as you're going into college and you're in the tech field, and feel free to start exploring those things. I mean, we have a lot of telemetry that's going on right now in the homes that's being sent via, used to be telemed, but now they're using the Wi-Fi systems and cell systems to do that. So there's just a whole host of them out there.
Great. Well, if that trips your trigger there, and you're a youngster or somebody that, no, you don't have to be a youngster. If you're somebody that understands technology and is developing apps, give us a call and talk with us about what types of issues you should be looking out for. Again, this is Brian Scott with the Weave Generation Channel. We're weaving the generational gap to further understand the roles we play as a functional nation. If you want to reach out to us, go ahead and give us a call at 402-413-0221, and you can also email us at weavegeneration@gmail.com. Thanks a lot for joining us today, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.